It's another episode on mental health issues with me, Brandable. You know, as usual, on this platform, we talk about mental health issues and we have different topics that we discuss. We invite different people, experts, as well as ordinary people that talk to us about different topics that is based on mental health. And today I have a guest who is going to introduce himself, and we are going to talk about mental health and personal story or personal experience. Welcome, my friends.
Thank you.
First of all, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Francis Msia, a student at Zoni, whereby I'm pursuing a degree in arts and theology.
Thank you so much, Juma. Welcome to the interview. Today we are going to talk about mental health and your personal story. Now, first of all, before we go into details, I want you to tell me what you feel about mental health. What does mental health mean to you?
To my side, mental health is just like an affectionate, whereby a person has been affected and your brain is waking up abnormally. We can say is working above the normal range or is working below the normal range.
All right. Thank you so much. That's how he thinks mental health is. That's what mental health means to Juma. All right. I want you to tell me your personal story, your personal experience on mental health. Do you have a story that you can share at least with us? A story that someone can learn from, something that happened to you, like how you overcame if it's a problem, how you overcame it, and what can you tell someone who is listening to you?
Okay, I have a story, and it's that it was 2022. That was in the month of August. So during that time, I lost a friend by the name Alex. He was one of my closest friends. We were doing a lot of stuff together, sleeping together, even the work we were sharing our works. Of course, we were coming from different families, but was a close friend. And as a matter of fact, we also take part in music. So he was my colleague in music. Now it was found that he was affected by a disease, but it was just a minor one, but the disease made him to die. So he died within a week. So one of the things that affected me mostly was that on the funeral day, on the day of burial, the people who were crying, we are crying over my name, like saying, Juma, so whom are you going to sing songs with, and the like. So upon hearing my name on a friend's funeral, it was like I was greatly affected.
A big blow.
Yeah. And I can say I reached a point that I managed to move from that place to an unknown place whereby I just want to be alone without anyone. And it's when my elder brother noticed that I was not around. So they started searching for me up until they found me. But I ran away from them because at that time, what I want to do is to be alone. Yeah.
Okay, so you lost a friend, sorry for that. So eventually, how did you overcome that problem? You went on a hide, so what happened next?
It wasn't easy for me to forget about that death, and I can say up to today, there are some times which I may sit down, think, what was the cause of that death? How was it like? So, I seek some advice from other people who had met the same circumstances. I had also a friend who lost his mother. So this friend was the one who told me a lot. He taught me a lot, especially on how we can overcome some of the challenges we may face due to the mental affection. Because we were doing some of the stuff together, so at that time, I stopped doing the things we were doing with this man. Just like to have an attempt to forget that. And somehow it really worked. You know, I stayed for 2 months without taking part in music. And we also praying together, so I also stopped doing that stuff. So it really worked. So it's like stopping some of the behaviors that you used to do with a friend who has demised can also help you to eradicate the problem. And another thing is that my mom knew that with this kind of death, things cannot be okay to me. Yes. So she kept on counseling me now and then, telling me the stories from the Bible, telling me the real life stories of other people who faced those situations, up until I just realized, and now I'm okay.
No, so you're fine now?
Yes.
All right. Okay, sorry for the loss once again. Now, Juma, you're at school. What are some of the issues that happens at school that maybe affects your mental health?
The main issue that happens at the school, I can tell you, the heartbreaks that we are really facing. Yeah, you know, our schools now are just full of heartbreaks. You engage someone, and someone maybe found that he has been so engaged by another man, maybe from the same school, or the outsiders. So, you know, this thing is affecting we young ones mostly. Yes.
Okay, so how do you overcome such issues?
Maybe to us men, the solution will come. Somehow it's dangerous, but it assists, because after facing that challenge, we just move to another girl, even though we know that this kind of gender, they are just different. They're not different, but they are the same. So we move on to another girl, you know, so we just move like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There is this thing called peer pressure.
Yes.
And you are among your peers. Yes. So how do you relate with everybody?
Okay, you know, I'm a settled man, full of right decisions. So the main thing I mostly do is just to find a right friend who can suit, not all, but it's almost some of the behaviors that I do, so that we can do the same things. You know, they say birds of the same feathers flock together. Yeah, the most thing that people fail is that they choose friends who do not suit their behavior. Yes, who do not suit their physical environment. You know, everyone has got his or her own physical environment. Yeah. So you need to find a friend who can suit your physical environment. Yes.
Okay, school has also some of the issues and stresses that comes with it, like maybe failing, or maybe you're trying to find school fees and maybe the school fees is not there. So how do you overcome such issues?
On the issues of school fees, is because that's a very huge problem, because it affects almost each and everyone. Yeah, but we just have a belief in God that I think today or tomorrow we are going to fight, and we keep on trying, maybe doing some pieceworks, doing some small businesses. Basi kugula kajani kafoni ka laptop kugulitsa tima profitable, keeping at the end you find that you have or hafula vena bake basi nikona kulupanga banji tima business tingono here on campus, you know, selling some of the things that are needed by the students. Yes. Nikona kulupanga banji kumano, all in all we just believe in God. Yes.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much, Juma, for being so open with me. We are really having a good time here. Dear listener, don't forget you've tuned in to Brandy Bull, Mental Health Issues with Brandy Bull. Yeah, so Juma, I have another question. You've tried to overcome some of the issues in your life, and you really managed to do that. So I want to take you to another level whereby they say most of the young men or most of us youth involved in drug and substance abuse. Have you ever tried that?
Yeah, I did. Some past years ago, I was one of the person who was involved in drug and substance abuse, especially smoking Juma.
Yes.
Tajabu weed indeed too. Yeah.
Okay. So how did that impacted your mental health, as in maybe negatively or positively? The use of drug and substance abuse, how did that impact your mental health?
The use of the abusing of drugs and substances, they affect a person's brain negatively. In terms of the positive effects, I cannot talk much because I have never experienced that. But I will say according to what I was experiencing, it makes a person somehow to act as like an animal. We can say a dog, like an animal, because you don't act in a normal way. You don't act in a humanity way. So you act like an animal. So upon doing that, and I feel maybe our brain has been affected, thinking capacity, the thinking capacity is now lowered, and then you think like you are enjoying because you are able to do whatever you can do. You are able to say whatever you can say without even thinking of how your friend can feel. So due to that, we think that we are enjoying, but that affects our brain. And the thing is instilled in the brain, and even up to date, I sometimes do things of which why did I do that thing?
Was it necessary?
Was it necessary? No. What made me to do that thing? The thing that I did past years ago it was instilled in me. So still I'm aging, and it is also aging. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you prioritize your mental health in a stressful environment?
In a stressful environment, I can say, everyone meets this stressful environment. So in an environment like that, I just make sure that the stresses I have should be eradicated at a younger stage, because somehow keeping those things can affect you. So the issue of listening to music or just having a talk with a friend is more important. So others they say we are extroverts, and so being one of the extroverts, that extrovertism helps me a lot, because once I am stressed, we just find a friend, then chat, kutiza na stuff like those. But then you see that the stress now is gone.
It's gone.
Yes.
Okay, we're talking about mental health, and we're talking about personal experience.
Yes.
Someone out there also had an experience like the one that you had, and that person maybe once thought of committing suicide. Have you ever been in such a situation whereby at some point you wanted to commit suicide?
No. Reaching a point of wanting to committing suicide, no. I didn't reach that stage.
Okay, so what can you say about the rate of which people or young people are killing themselves this time? What can you say about the suicide that is happening?
Nowadays, there are a lot of cases of people who are committing suicide, and the number is increasing day by day. But looking at the reasons, they are just like the same reasons that are making we young ones to commit suicide. We can talk of the issue of the other gender. It pressures us a lot.
Love issues.
Yeah, so the other gender pressures, love issues are the ones that are making us to commit suicide. Yeah, and we can also have some physical pressures, but mainly the physical pressures are there just because there are some of the factors beneath that are making the physical pressures to affect us up to reaching an extent of wanting to or even committing suicide. Just an example, it was the last 2 weeks, at my home in Cholo. It happened that a certain man was quarreling with his younger brother. So quarreling with a younger brother, then her sister was on the side of the younger brother, just with an attempt to protect this young man. So there was quarreling, and the mother too, the mother of all the 3 children. So it was like, you are a big boy, so why are you quarreling with your young relatives? So the mother was also on this side. So at the end of the quarrel, the man just moved from the president. When coming back, just take a string and committed suicide. Wow. Now, it has happened. So upon looking at this, we can actually say, control, they can say maybe it's like fit, but it's not fit, because this man was brain pressure. His brain was pressured. What if my mother is not on my side? Even my little soul, whom am I left with? It's better to go. So it was just like a brain pressure. So, I think I haven't gone far with your question.
I want us to go on a break, and we'll be back. Remember, listeners, we are talking about mental health issues with me, Brandable, and today we are talking with Juma, and our topic today is on personal story. I'll be back soon.
Malawi music. MalawiMusic.com. Nyimbo za Kimalawi.
Wona dziko lalefuka ndi mazunzo, njala ntenda nkhondo, nayenso olizunza watelatu akungodikira chilango, osachedwa patikhala hati kuyimbira mfumu, kuchoka pakomo la amwamba kufikira pansi, olenga tuwaja timamulira ndi uyu, olenga tuwaja timamulindira timamuyimbira ndi uyu, olenga tuwaja timamudikira timamulira ndi uyu, olenga tuwaja timamulindira timamuyimbira ndi uyu.
Nyimbo za Kimalawi.
Nawe mzungu taona wangodziulula kuti sarana ndiwe, ukulamulira dziko lapansi nkhanza zokha, wagwetsa maufumu ena wonse ndipo watsala wekha, koma palibenso chimene uchita ukungotizunza iwe, posachedwa patikhala hati kuyimbira mfumu, kuchoka pakomo la amwamba kufikira pansi, olenga tuwaja timamudikira timamulira ndi uyu, olenga tuwaja timamulindira timamuyimbira ndi uyu, olenga tuwaja timamudikira olenga dzuwa ucha timamulindira timamuyimbira ndiuyu
MalawiMusic.com. Nyimbo za Malawi.
waononga chilengedwe chauta mweya nthaka madzi wabweretsa matenda uta usachiritsika ndiwe woipa iwe waononga chilengedwe chauta mweya nthaka madzi wabweretsa matenda uta usachiritsika ndiwe woipa osachedwa patikhala tikuyimba kuyimbira mfumu kuchoka pakumola amwamba kufikira pansi olenga dzuwa ucha timamudikira timamulira ndiuyu.
Hello, we are back again with the mental issues. With me, Brandy Bull, as usual, and today we are talking to Juma, who is one of the students at Nzoni University. Yeah, so Juma is here with me talking about his personal experience. Now, before we went out on a break, we were talking about suicide. Juma, welcome back again.
Thank you.
All right, so what do you think are the causes of the suicide cases that are happening here in Malawi?
Okay, as I've already said that suicide is a pressure, a brain pressure, because the brain has failed to maintain its balance. Yeah. So the main causes I can say is that we as men, we are the first problem. Because men, we have the heart of courage, right? We are confident. We are more overconfidence. We pretend as if everything is okay, whilst something is not good in our heart. And most of the men, we do hide we don't share our experiences with people. Yeah. So with that, the problem just keep on growing in our heart, up to an extent that our brain has failed to balance things. So the first is that it's we men which have got that big problem. Yes, because we pretend as if everything is okay. A girl has approached you, give me 30,000 or 40,000 tomorrow. So instead of just saying, I don't have, you are saying, oh, it's okay. It's okay.
And you went on and involved yourself in debt.
Now you are going to involve yourself in debt. After that debt, you are a student. You have failed to pay back. You have sold your phone. But so these things get on pressure. Now to you ladies, we can also say that you have got an element of Jizoro always like. Yeah. So once you have asked me for money, I have found that money I've given you. Then you think, I think this money. So instead of reducing, you just keep on adding up the amount.
Yes.
So
So
it's like you are just adding up the pressure over and over up to an extent that someone maybe is involved in a huge debit, 100,000, 150,000, he can't manage to pay back, at the end committing suicide. So that can be the first cause. The second cause, as I've just said, I've structured area, is that we fail to share our life experiences with our friends.
pretending to be fine.
Pretending to be fine. So that is a very, very, very big problem. Everyone, you need to have a trusted friend. Either can be a girl or can be a man. So then you share. I'm in this situation. And the other cause is that we men, we don't love each other. We men, because we identify that I think my friend is not okay. My friend is not okay. So you just leave, just to keep on mangomyangana basuda. No. But once you have identified that I think this man is not okay, then you have to take a step. Ask him, what's wrong with you? Yeah. I heard sometime way back that at a certain village there was a man. So this man quarreled with his wife, and during the quarrel he said the word ndikasimangirira. Now the neighbors who were watching said, Mamuna, why a man can commit suicide? Why a man can hang himself? You are so stupid, things like those. Yeah. So this man, we can say, did not have an intention of committing suicide. Maybe he just said, but looking at the answer he was given, so he thought, why am I stupid this way? So he may end up being committing suicide. So it's like the answers we tell our friends can also sometimes maybe someone, you can say someone has, let's take a scenario, we have to do, someone has a debit now, has shared to you, right? Then we shout at how can you have such a huge debit for a girl without assisting him? So a person may think, I think having this huge debit just because of a girl. No, I think in my life I'm not the right man. I think yes, let me just kill myself and go. So I've analyzed the three causes. One is like that we pretend too much, and we don't love each other because we are not affected by the feelings of our friends. And the last one is that we don't share our experiences with others. So those are some of the causes.
3 main causes.
Yes.
Okay. A problem sharing is half solved.
Yes.
You're supposed to reach out to someone, talk to a person, and if you want to cry out, do that. Vent out your anger. Don't keep your angers inside. All right, Juma, so what advice can you give to your fellow youth or someone who is listening out there?
Okay. To my side, guys, I can say killing yourself is not a decision. And the Bible said, Exodus 20, verse 5, do not kill. So that do not kill means anything, whether you are killing your friend or you are killing yourself. Yeah. So, even if you kill yourself, you have to bear in mind that wherever you are going, you are still keeping on being in trouble. Because it's like you have removed something that is essential. You have removed God's creature. Yeah. So killing yourself is not a solution. It's better you have your problem, find people who can help you, find people who can counsel you so that you may live in a stable life. But making a decision of killing yourself is not good. And it's a sin, a great sin before God. Yeah.
Okay, Juma, I think we are going towards the end of our interview today. Yeah, so I want you to give out your conclusion remarks. Okay, what can be your conclusion?
We have talked a lot, and we have come from the mental health, we're looking at what is mental health, and we have talked about my personal experience, the thing that stressed me, and we have talked of something of committing suicide, the causes as well. Now, my conclusion is that most of the mental health problems are avoidable and they are preventable.
So all the mental health problems are avoidable and preventable. That's what Juma is saying. Dear listener, mental health problem is avoidable or preventable. This marks the end of our interview today on mental health issues with Brande, and I was with Juma, who was sharing his experience, his personal experience on mental health. We've talked about different stuff, and I know you, dear listener, out there, you've grabbed something and you've learned something from this. So until we meet again, we are going to talk about another topic, which will be mental health and culture. See you next time. You're with me, your host, Brande Boo. Bye.